What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast, the show where we talk to you about news, games, and sandwich a little fun in between. I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me again this week is your boy, Pokeboy, Michael Clare.
Pokeboy.
How many hours in Pokemon you are now?
40 plus
40 plus?
a number between 0 and 10.
That's where I'm at. I'm at 45. 45 and a half.
In deep.
Yes, sir, ski. That's
Deep in only the first area.
I know. I would have played Dying Light 2, but the reviews were a little middling. We'll talk about that later.
Middling.
But I've been locked in the Pokemon, which we'll talk a little bit more about that again later as well. Also, we're going to talk about Sony making some acquisitions. The Switch
Big dog Sony.
is now Nintendo's best-selling home console ever. What? GTA 6 is coming. Suicide Squad is not coming. And Dying Light 2 came and went. You know how it goes. Before we get into that, though, a little bit of housekeeping for you. If you enjoy this show, you should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/syncedup, where for $1 you can get access to our lovely Discord, where we talk about a brand new iDubbbz documentary that was very good.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I
Not
enjoyed it.
like his usual content, which is good to see because he has a weird brand of comedy that's not really my type of thing. But it was a good documentary.
That was good.
Yeah, very, very good video. Or we talk about how they found some dude's boat in Newport. I don't know what's going on with that.
And then we
But
talk
you
about
can find out
Pokemon,
what's going
obviously.
on. Yeah, you can find out what's going on with the boat in Newport if you support us at that $1 tier,
only
or the $5 tier as well, because you can also get in on the Discord and be in on the secret conversations about our post shows that we do. That's what you get access to. Post shows. We do post shows of every show and many more goodies, all from youtube.com/synceduppodcast and podcasting services around the globe there at that $5 tier. New episodes of this show specifically go up in all those feeds Mondays to 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang. You can also write into the show to synceduppod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or concerns, and we will read those on the show.
Yes, we will.
You should also consider dropping a follow on Twitter at synceduppod to keep up to date with all of our content across the board. Speaking of other content, we are now on TikTok. Go to synceduppod on TikTok, and you can find some new clips getting uploaded there from our boy Chance. He has started editing our VODs and things, and putting funny clips into the TikTok whenever he gets the chance, because he wants to build up some editing skills. He said,
Proctored his craft.
Yeah, so we allowed him
our brand.
allowed him to do that on the TikTok, and as you know, it's doing numbers.
A couple.
Yeah, it's doing some numbers.
Somewhere between 0 and 500.
Exactly. And
bad.
you could be adding to those numbers if you went over to synceduppod and dropped a
give a
follow.
like,
Maybe send a couple of the
share it with
videos to your
your
friends. Maybe add a couple of those videos to your favorites. Like a couple of those videos. Give us those engagements. You know how it goes. Please and thank you. Also, if you listen to the audio version, go to youtube.com/synceduppodcast. Drop a sub, drop a like. Do those things as well. Give us those engagements. We need them. Now let's get into the show.
Wait.
What?
It's episode 99.
Oh, yeah, that was the other part of the housekeeping. I reminded myself mid-housekeeping
99.
to say that, and then
The
forgot.
last double-digit episode. Episode
Episode 99 is this episode of the Synced Up Podcast, meaning next week is our 100th episode extravaganza. That's it, folks.
sir.
This is your last chance to get your write-ins, your games, your funny trivias, your fucking your questions about weird dumb shit that doesn't really belong on a video game podcast. All of those things, write them into synceduppod@gmail.com or that reader mail submissions tab at that Discord there, and we will get those in on the show. We're trying to do a 2 to 3 hour long podcast. Skip the movie podcast that week. There will be no film cast that week. That episode will go up in both the feeds. And we're just going to be kicking back, relaxing, playing some games, talking, shooting the shit, as they say. And it's going to be a more relaxed episode. And if you really, really enjoy that episode, then you can also go over to patreon.com/syncedup. Give us the $5 there to get access to more content in that vein, because that's what that episode is going to be. Is going to be post-show vibes the entire time. We're going to rank stuff. We're going to talk about stuff. We're going to play games.
We're going to drink
all that jazz.
pilk.
We're going to drink some pilk.
I'm excited.
Yeah, a little weird.
I've been doing my research. Some say 50-50 is not the answer.
It's not the answer?
60-40. Pepsi
Pepsi to milk?
milk. Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you agree with that?
Kylie agrees? Who knows?
I do agree.
Yeah, I like milk.
I had a good conversation today
Yeah?
about how I related to Daryl, Kylie's father.
Yeah.
He's
a
not an
decently
avid
relatable
milk
man.
guy.
Yeah.
We were talking about milk.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
our house loves milk. You drink a lot of milk.
Well, no, we did. Yeah. Now my stomach is
I
permanently
just
fucked.
can't do the milk.
Yeah. Milk's great, man. Well, can't drink it no more, but it was great.
Maybe Pepsi will save milk for me. Who knows?
Pilk? Who knows? Maybe we should try some other weird shit, too. I don't know.
Like what?
Write us in those ideas. Anything you want us to do, write them in. Leave them in the comments. Anywhere you can write them in or leave them, do that, and we'll do that on the show. Now let's get into the actual episode. We're 5 minutes in, and the housekeeping went a little bit long. But Sony spent $1.2 billion to retain key Bungie talent as part of acquisition deal. This is from Andy Chalk at IGN. It's not uncommon for game company acquisitions, especially big ones, to result in layoffs. Fortunately for employees of Bungie, Sony's recent acquisition of the studio doesn't appear to headed in that direction. A Washington Post report says Bungie leadership assured employees that there will be absolutely no layoffs and no major restructuring once the deal is finalized. And in fact, roughly 1/3 of the $3.6 billion Sony spent on Bungie will go towards ensuring that the employees stick around. Quote, the strategic significance of this acquisition lies not only in obtaining the highly successful Destiny franchise, as well as a major new IP that Bungie is currently developing, but also in incorporating into the Sony group the expertise and technology that Bungie has developed in the live game services space, the report says. We intend to utilize these strengths when developing game IP at the PlayStation Studios and as we expand into the live game services arena, end quote. Sony says it plans to launch more than 10 live service games by its 2025 fiscal year, which ends on March 31st, 2026, and it intends to rely heavily on the, quote, wealth of experience and superb technology in the space, end quote, Bungie has earned with the Destiny franchise to help make it happen. It's also going to rely on Bungie's expertise to help it continue its expansion into non-PlayStation platforms. Quote, we view the deployment of our game IP on multiple platforms as a major growth opportunity for Sony, as has been evidenced by the success of the PC versions of God of War and other first-party games, Sony said. Through this acquisition, we intend to acquire new users and increase engagement on platforms other than PlayStation, which will enable us to significantly advance our long-term growth strategy to further expanding the ecosystem of our games business, end quote. Mm-hmm. So this came right after our last episode aired. You know how it goes. Yeah. Always the classic.
Always the Monday morning news.
Yeah, the best news gets, regurgitated by us when it's dead news already. Mm-hmm. But hey, that's what we do around here,
I don't know. There's some good conversations to be had here. Interesting that the Halo guys are Sony guys now.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Crash and Spyro's over at Microsoft. Yeah. Everything.
I think this, especially with Jeff Keighley coming out saying he's been talking to a lot of people, and they're saying there's a lot more bigger acquisitions to come, and things are getting out of hand over there. Of course, there's a big conversation to be had about corporate consolidation and what that means for the overall video games industry, but that's a different conversation for a different podcast, because we're not business people. But I think this really solidifies, along with the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard and the other companies that they've been acquiring along the way, that the video games industry is changing. It is changing in a major, major way. Forefronted by Game Pass and these big acquisitions. The games industry is really going in a completely new and different direction than we're used to.
I think this shows that Sony is very interested in trying to catch up, though.
I don't know if this is a catch-up move.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's big enough to catch up.
Yeah,
but I think
this was obviously in the works for a while before the Activision acquisition, so this has nothing to do with that. This really isn't a response. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, Sony responding to Microsoft buying Activision." It's like, no, this shit takes a long ass time for this to go through.
Yeah,
that's not really a thing there. But it's such a weird angle because Sony, who's the guy? Sean Layden, maybe, I don't know if he still works there anymore. Jim Ryan, I think it was Jim Ryan. Basically, the Sony execs, they came out and they said that Bungie's existing in this weird space. They've been acquired by Sony, but they exist in this weird, also like indie space. They said that they retain a bit of their independence. They're allowed to, because Bungie a few years back was talking about how they wanted to start publishing games. Bungie is still going to be able to independently publish games, which is weird. They're going to retain full creative control and like a lot of stuff like that. So this feels like a big strategical move, like a chess piece move that we don't really understand quite yet because of the way that they're like, oh, we're not consolidating them in. We're not giving them a game to make. We're not making Destiny exclusive. They said we're not doing any of that stuff. This is purely for talent, technology, and making games as service games going forward.
I think that's the weirdest thing to me is that the whole focus of this story post it being announced was the live service part of it. That they're gonna have 10 live service games in the next 3-4 years.
2026.
That I think that's weird.
I don't know weird in what way.
I think it's just weird to be like this is where we're heading. Yeah. This is where we're going. Live service games.
I think that's just
I think it's weird to say it.
Yeah, I guess it's weird to say it, but
that's our vision for
that's
this.
That's what's going on.
But it's like it just seems weird.
The newest Halo free-to-play live service game. Like we're just seeing that going forward, a lot of live services games. And when we're being completely honest, Sony doesn't have any hard-hitting live service games. Microsoft has a few. Sony doesn't have any. They excel at that first-person single-player game. Microsoft buying Activision potentially in a few years, because this, by 2026, potentially by 2026, cuts out a huge portion of the live service market for Sony, if, a lot of those go exclusive. So to say we're going to make 10 live service games by 2026 is a little much because, most people only play 1 to 2 live service games.
I think that's my biggest confusion here. Because, my live service game right now is Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
I'm not playing another live service game.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
No, a lot of people don't, which is, that's
why I'm so...
One of the biggest things is the number there. If you said 5, maybe I guess that makes sense. And unless you're trying to corner a bunch of different markets.
That's my guess. You got to corner a bunch of different audiences.
You do a FPS, you do a Monster Hunter.
Yeah, stuff like that, where it's completely different audiences. Because you don't want... If you do 5 FPS live services,
they eat each other's lunch.
Yeah, that's why I think it's so weird.
Yeah,
but maybe they can go in a direction where that works.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But this makes a lot of sense because Destiny, because Bungie has solidified themselves as experts in the live service game with Destiny, turning it from something that was just okay to the the juggernaut that Destiny is today.
Yeah.
And how successful that is in the live service space is really unparalleled by a lot of other games. Like Destiny's been going for how many years now? Like 6 years now? 7 years now?
It's only been doing better.
Yeah, and every time, Witch Queen comes out, breaks all the sales records for previous Destiny's expansions. Like, it just keeps going and going and going, where Bungie is really pumping in the love, the technology, the talent into making a live service game that somehow keeps its players going. Of course, there's a company out there that would want to utilize that. To be able to pull that off means money for you, right?
Yeah.
So this is very, very exciting. Also interesting to see what is the original IP. We still haven't seen it. I know they said that they were making an original IP. Now that Sony kind of has their hands in the original IP, is this now going to be a PlayStation exclusive Bungie original IP? There's a lot of interesting and unique conversations to be had around that specific part of it as well.
Yeah.
But this is just a big ass story. Like, this beginning of the year has felt like E3. It really has felt like E3. From some of the reveals that we've gotten this year, some of the hard hitting games that have already come out, Pokemon being one of them, the Microsoft acquisition, the Sony acquisition.
It's been a busy month.
Yes, it has. And of course, Jeff Keighley coming out and saying there's more acquisitions that are coming soon. You have hard-hitting games coming week after week after week over the next month. Sifu's coming out. Elden Ring's coming out.
Yep.
Dying Light just dropped. Horizon Forbidden West is coming out. Going into March, you got a lot of hard hitters coming as well. The beginning of this year has just been wild.
Yeah.
Like, incredibly wild. I can't wait to see what the next big one is. Konami, does Konami ever get bought?
I mean, they would go to Sony, right? Like
maybe. I mean, yeah, Japanese company to Japanese company. I think that makes sense.
I think that's the easiest way for them to do it.
Konami could get purchased. Maybe Square Enix could get purchased.
I had an interesting time at work talking to one of my friends at work. His dream for like perfect, because he hates the exclusivity stuff.
Yeah,
the greed behind it. And I'm like, that's fair.
Sure.
His solution is that every game be on every system, and that the competition will only be between your software and like your UI and stuff like that. It doesn't work out.
No, it doesn't work out.
That doesn't work out for the people who make games. That doesn't work out for the companies that are the hosting platform.
Because Nintendo publishing their game on a PlayStation just gives PlayStation a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it kind of boxes them out. Nintendo making exclusives on the Switch forces you to buy a Switch, which we'll talk about in a second, is working quite fucking well.
Yeah.
And then you will buy those games on the Switch, and then they will get 100% of their revenue. They will get you to buy a console, and then they'll get you in your ecosystem, and now you're buying Switch Online Plus. You're buying more Switch games. You're spending your gold points, right? Putting games onto the consoles, just not really smooth for these companies in terms of monetary value. While that is a dream, and you could just play whatever you want, wherever you want, that's great.
I think the biggest thing he wasn't realizing is it's not good for the people who make games either.
No, it's not. Their money gets chopped up even more across a bunch of different boards.
When you're publishing for a platform you're owned by, like when they release an indie game on Game Pass, that's developed from an Xbox company, it's going to do way better. It's already been paid for by Xbox.
Yes.
So they're not worried, and they can produce good games.
And there's the different angle of, especially for indie developers, there's a reason indie games usually only come out on one console, and then they drop for the other consoles. They drop for the other consoles after they're successful. That's because optimization is a big deal and takes more work than you think. It's not as simple as putting the game on a different console. Putting something on PC first and then to the others is easier than going from Xbox to PlayStation, but it's still an incredibly difficult proposition for companies or a team of 2 dudes, 5 dudes, one dude even, to go and make a whole ass game and then also optimize it for multiple platforms. They don't have the money, they don't have the time, and they don't even know if their game's going to be successful yet, right? So that's why an indie game drops on PC, 8 months later, drops on Xbox and PlayStation 4 because their game was successful, they got some money, they hired some new people. So having them, those games go everywhere it just can't happen for them. It's not possible.
Yeah, a game like Tunic doesn't happen to the scale that it is if it's not backed by Xbox
or grounded, things like that. Like those have to be on one platform, and because optimization, you're talking, bugs and the way the game runs and how efficient the game runs and loading times becomes a lot easier when you only have to deal with one dev kit console or one PC.
Because if teams like Microsoft and Sony don't create that exclusivity division, the developers are just gonna do them themselves.
Yeah,
it's easier. Like say it was just easier to make games on Xbox. Everybody would just make their games on Xbox because they would make more money. They'd spend less time.
Yeah,
and then everything just ends up on Xbox anyways. Even if the UI is better, like that stuff would still happen.
Yeah, it still would.
So I think like just forcing everybody to put their games on all consoles just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and that's what I was trying to convince them of. Like it'd be cool to just play everything on my Switch or play everything on my Xbox.
Yeah. Console
but
exclusives
it just can't happen.
They sell too many copies. Speaking of selling copies, the Switch has sold
a lot.
The Switch is now Nintendo's best-selling home console ever, and it surpassed the Wii by selling 103.54 million units since its launch in September 2017.
When does the number stop?
Worth noting, when's the number stop?
Yeah.
Worth noting, the Nintendo guys came out and said that the Nintendo Switch is, quote, roughly halfway through its life cycle. So 5 more years is when the number will eventually stop.
Will that include like a later Switch Pro?
I imagine so. Or Switch becomes the DS. And they drop something else.
I can't remember when they talk about console numbers. Is DS and 3DS different?
As in like no, it's the it's the DS family and then the 3DS family.
Okay, so I think we're probably gonna see a 3DS equivalent of the Switch, which is I still believe in the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Pro could be, or we already got the Lite, we got the OLED.
I don't want them to step away from the Switch.
I think they will. That's the thing, because Nintendo always does weird shit like that.
But I don't want them to.
They're gonna come out with a Nintendo. It's a VR. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
They're gonna come out with some weird shit.
Because Nintendo's always been the portable console, or they've always had that.
Yeah.
I don't think they could ever do something like an Xbox.
No.
I don't think they could ever do something like that.
No. They always do weird, unique shit. You go from the NES and the SNES and all those. You look at the Nintendo 64. Bringing 3D to the forefront with this weird ass controller. Then you get into things like the GameCube, which is a weird ass console, which sold like dog shit. By the way, when you look at the GameCube numbers,
I know it's crazy. People love it now, but
yeah. And then you go to the Wii, which is like okay. The Wii U, which is like even also looking all
way worse.
That thing sold 13 million units. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you jump to the Switch. Like you're talking about a weird ass legacy. Look at PlayStation. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all the same, right?
I think what they need to do, if I was in charge of Nintendo, maybe keep the Switch line going. Make Switch Pro, Switch 2, whatever you want to call it.
You come out with something else, and it's gonna be weird.
You make the divide again. When we had the 3DS and the Wii's, the Wii U,
that's what's gonna happen.
Maybe do the divide again, where you keep the Switch. Yeah. Maybe focus more in on like use the Switch OLED technology, figure out a way to make it into a Switch Lite, and just combine the two. And just have that be the Switch. And
I think you come out with weird iterations. The Switch Aru. I don't know.
Stop it, dude.
It's a Switch that folds.
I don't know. Because so much just seems so weird to me. Because if they did go back to the home console style,
I think they will,
and a portable console and split them, would their games be split again? Because like Pokemon games weren't on the Wii U, right? Like you played Pokemon on the 3DS.
I think they would. Well, see, that's the thing is
I don't think they can go back.
We can sit here and speculate all that we want, but the way Nintendo works and has worked, nothing you say will ever be correct, and whatever they end up doing will flabbergast you every single time. Every single time. Let's get into this damn article. Anyway, this article is from Steve Dent at Engadget.
Sorry, I didn't even realize there was an article. I just saw the headline.
Sorry. While Sony's holiday console sales were down to its past shortages, Nintendo managed to have a strong quarter with the Switch. Thanks to what it called a good start by the OLED Switch, it sold 10.67 million units in quarter 3, October to December. Fucking A. Jesus. Far surpassing the 3.9 million PS5 units sold by Sony. That takes total Switch sales to 103.54 million since it launched in 2017, allowing it to surpass the Wii's lifetime sales of 101.63 million. Not all was perfect, though. Switch sales were still down 8% over the last year, and Nintendo revised its yearly forecast down by 1 million units. It now believes it will sell 23 million units, down from the 24 million it forecast last quarter. Through the first 9 months, its sales are 6% lower over last year to 11.52 billion. This is chip shortages most likely. As for software, Nintendo said it saw the highest quarterly sell-through consumer sales since the launch of the Switch. Pokemon Remasters, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl are leading Nintendo's game sales with 13.97 million units sold in 3 fucking months.
That's pretty good.
3 months.
But
honestly, that's honestly less. When did it? Late November?
It came in November, yeah. So it's about 2 months.
A little over 2 months. 13.97 million units. So.
Yeah. It did have the Christmas bump.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Sure.
I'm more excited to talk about Arceus numbers.
Over the last 9 months, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 7.96 million units.
That's crazy.
Mario Party Superstars has sold 5.43 million units. Keep in mind, these are all quarterly sales. So this is all... Actually, that's just 1 month for Brilliant Stars and Shining Pearl. Diamond, Shining Pearl.
Over the last 9 months.
Pokemon Remasters, Diamond and Shining Pearl leading Nintendo's games over the last 9 months.
I mean, I assume it's probably the last 9 months for Mario Kart and Animal Crossing, but for Superstars and Diamond Shining Pearl, you got to just take an account from when it was released.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, regardless, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold over 7.96 million units. Mario Party Superstars sold 5.43 million units. And Animal Crossing New Horizons sold 4.99 million units. It's definitely just talking about the quarter. But the quarter is just October to December. So, because it says, Nintendo said it saw the highest quarterly sell-through sales since the launch of the Switch. Boom, then gets into those games. And then earlier it says October to December. So, October to December, Shining Pearl in 1 month sold 13.97 million units.
That's about right.
Oh, fucking, that's a lot.
That's about standard.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Metroid Dread, 2 games.
Metroid Dread, introduced last year, has managed 2.74 million units since it went on sale. Nintendo also has a couple of new titles that will count for its next quarter, including Pokemon Legends Arceus that arrived on January 28th. That title got off to a good start in the UK, surpassing Animal Crossing sales in its first week.
I'm excited to see numbers for Arceus.
So let me bring up
the first week.
I'm gonna bring up something.
Which the game only came out 9 days ago. It hit when I don't remember when that article was, but it's 6.5 million, which is the highest, the best selling start for a Pokemon game. 6.5 million, and it's only 1 game. Yeah, Diamond and Pearl had the added bonus of being 2 games. Let's go Eevee, let's go Pikachu. 2 games. This is 1 game, bro.
Yeah, and it's
6.5 million,
and it's gonna
It's only gonna keep going because people love it.
So I'm trying to find the actual like full report so I can look at these. Let's see. Swiss software drives. Okay. So let's look at the. So who released these? Nintendo couldn't have asked. I get. Sorry. I'm trying to skim here.
What are you trying to find exactly? Just the total sale number so far?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what report. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can find the. This is a Japanese website. So I doubt it's gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to read that.
You can't read that.
20 million in Japan alone. Yada yada yada. Here we go. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is lifetime sales. 35 million.
And
plus, for each of those games, it sold more than 35 million.
Okay.
So Animal Crossing New Horizons, 35 million plus. That's an incredible retention rate in terms of like just that whole bitch. Yeah. Let's see. 25.71 million for Smash.
Yeah.
Not including DLC.
That's not DLC.
That's a lot of money.
That is.
Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise was released in October. So yeah, so I thought that was another number, but that's the same number. So you add that in there. That's a lot of 35 million people that bought New Horizons. A good chunk of those buy this DLC. That's cash money, bro. Dude, just give me the full. I want the numbers. They were talking about it on Kind of Funny Games Daily, but I couldn't find Nintendo Nintendo numbers. Let's see if I can find it. Switch was December's 21 best-selling platform. This is old numbers though, and this is just gonna be cash. I want to know. Let me just look up best-selling Nintendo Switch games. Here we go. Let's get on here. So we'll just look at the Wikipedia list because it had just been updated.
I think it's updated pretty frequently.
Yeah, they updated pretty frequently. So let's look at the top 10 since the Switch came out. Number 10, Ring Fit Adventure. Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, that's like the Wii Fit.
But still, that's crazy.
Yeah, people
honestly blows my mind.
Excited for that stuff.
13.53 million.
Yeah.
This is all as of December 31st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as of December 31st for the top 10. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, the 9th best-selling Switch game of all time.
Yeah, it's Pokemon.
with only being this is only 1 month of sales.
Pokemon remake, 2 games makes sense.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy that it only took a month.
It's gonna murder Let's Go Eevee and Sword and Shield because Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee 14.33 million.
Not that much.
Yeah. This for 1 month, bro. You almost caught up to the entire lifetime sales of Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu.
It's a remake, bro.
That's crazy.
People love remakes.
Super Mario Party 17.39 million.
Should not be up there.
I agree. That's so bad.
That's a terrible game.
Super Mario Odyssey 23.02 million.
Should be higher.
Pokemon Sword and Shield 23.9 million.
I think Arceus is definitely gonna hit more like.
We'll see where Arceus lands because it's hard to tell.
Breath
of the Wild 25.8 million, Smash Bros 27.4 million, New Horizons 37.6 million, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 43.35 million fucking units sold. Holy shit! That's almost half the Switches.
You see how close it is to taking another spot in the best-selling games of all time?
That's crazy, bro.
It's insane.
Will we ever get 9?
What?
Mario Kart. So Pokemon Legends Arceus is already at 18 as of February 3rd. So a few days ago, 6.5 million units.
Yeah, that's the only number that's been reported. 6.5. That's crazy.
That's what, 1 week?
Yeah, that'd be literally a week.
Yeah.
A Friday to Friday.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. I think
holy shit.
I think so many people didn't buy it because they didn't know what to expect yet. And with those reviews, I think once you get a couple more weeks down, those numbers are just going to be crazy.
And the community?
Yeah.
Word of mouth?
People love it.
It's going dummy.
There's clearly people who don't like it.
Yeah, it's going dummy.
But that's not what you're seeing on the internet. Maybe I'm surrounded by positive people. But
yeah. I don't know, man. I usually see Nintendo getting shit on the Pokemons, and I'm not seeing it here.
Yeah, Sword and Shield was pretty, like, you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who loved it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You're not having that one.
Crazy, though. These are big sales numbers. The Switch is going to keep going hard. Breath of the Wild 2 is probably going to come out this year. Well, I don't know. A lot of people are seeming to think it's going to get pushed, which, honestly, it might because we haven't seen nothing in a while.
If it doesn't get pushed, what are we excited for?
Well, what do we got this year? Splatoon 3.
Kirby, is that this
Kirby,
year?
Okay. Yeah, that's in a month.
Maybe Kirby's next month?
Yeah, it's like March 12th or something.
Bro, it's Paper Mario all over again. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, they announced it. Honestly, I might pick that up.
I think we should. House copy.
House copy? I'm down for that because it looks good.
You can
Have
go
you seen
first.
the trailer for it?
I never watched the second trailer. I understood that it made it look way better. And I saw some screenshots. It looks good.
The first trailer was big.
I'm sure I'll like it.
Second trailer was nice.
You got to remember, I 100%ed Kirby All-Stars.
Yeah, you did.
So it's all uphill.
So it's only good from here.
It can't be worse.
Yeah, good to see.
No, it came out like weeks ago.
Yeah, it's an old trailer. Well, I'll just show it to Mike afterwards. Anyway, let's get into the last few news stories of the day. GTA 6 was confirmed to be in development by Rockstar on Twitter.
I'm shocked. Absolutely rocking.
It just said GTA 6 development is underway.
We're doing the game.
So when do we get this,
2029.
Do you think so?
No,
I think they've been working.
2025.
I think they've been working. I don't know if it's that soon.
It's been a long time. Dude.
Now here's the loser buys pizza.
We're not gonna remember this.
Maybe somebody remember.
I just said 2025.
No, not dates. Oh,
okay.
Do you think it's a next gen exclusive?
Like not on
just PS5's Xbox Series X and S.
Yes.
You think it? Okay, absolutely. So do I. So no bet. I think it is too, but it could not be. Because think about it. Because GTA 5 came out on 360.
How soon after the Xbox One release did it come out though?
It was like a year.
Bro, we're already.
I know.
At a year.
I know. I know, but I'm just saying.
And we think it's gonna come out in like 2 or 3 years.
But okay.
No way.
But think. If the chip shortage stays, they have a lot to benefit from dumbing it down and putting on last gen as well, in terms of just cash sales.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
All right. You know how they do with the Warzone, right? I think GTA 6. There's not gonna be a new GTA Online.
You're insane.
I think it's just gonna carry over.
No, you're clinical.
They're gonna keep all your progress and shit.
No.
And they're just gonna carry it over.
Oh wait, you mean for GTA Online only?
Like,
or GTA 6 is just an update to GTA Online?
No. GTA 6 is a separate game.
Okay.
But you know that GTA Online is just still going to be GTA Online from GTA 5.
Okay, you're not clinical.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I gave the Warzone example.
Yeah, that's facts.
I think they're just going to carry that over.
Yeah, 100%.
Because nobody's going to want to, like, oh, man, I have to restart on GTA.
Yeah, no.
They won't do that.
Well, I could, maybe.
They'd get money.
Maybe there's a, because, you know, they're doing, like, the weird Warzone 2 thing. Maybe there's just, like, a really big update.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be, like, you keep all your Warzone progress. Imagine if they did Fortnite 2. People would be pissed. Nobody wants that.
They're doing Overwatch 2.
It defeats live service. Yeah, and how many people are pissed?
Yeah, I guess a lot of people.
People hate it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Anyway, that's it for that. Suicide Squad got delayed, pushed into next year.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best. But honestly, not too shocked, I don't think.
No.
It looked good. The gameplay came out, and it looked like a game that I thought could come out this year. But definitely got pushed. I don't think Gotham Knights will get pushed. I think Gotham Knights will at least land by holiday.
I don't know. I feel like we're still missing a lot of.
We are, but we've seen that whole little
Knowledge on
gameplay deep dive that was like 15 minutes.
For Gotham Knights?
Yeah, where they did a whole mission in multiplayer.
I missed that.
And then it was supposed to come out last year, so.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And then they pushed it to like March, and then they pushed it to like Ethereal. Anyway, I don't know. And then Dying Light 2 dropped this week, and the reviews are kind of middling.
Swimming in 70s.
I didn't bring the GameSpot like review roundup because I knew we would have a lot to talk about with these other two news stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, swimming in 7s and 6s and occasional in 8. Seems to be the biggest downfalls are bugs.
Yeah, a lot of bugs. And they what was it? They said the day one patch had thousands of fixes.
Yeah, day one patch was huge.
What?
Yeah, day one patch apparently was huge. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait on this game. And then the second thing was apparently the ending to the story is god awful dog shit.
Yeah, they said the story just in general.
There was some people like
who?
Janet Garcia said she loved the story, but the ending is laughably bad.
Damn.
And so I don't know. We'll see. I know my boy Ben. My boy Ben has acquired the game, and he will be playing it, and so he'll keep me posted, and then I'll have a more personal opinion to be able to give you guys.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody on my timeline was playing it, and they couldn't play it because of the accessibility options. They're colorblind, and they just couldn't.
I don't know, man. Get your games more accessible, dog.
Oh god, bro.
Anyway, let's get into the next section of the podcast called This Week in Gaming.
This week,
where we talk about the historical releases, and you guessed it, This Week in Gaming. Started with February 7th.
Is this bit dead?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
Because we did it for
I
like
feel like
years.
we need to acknowledge it.
We did it for years.
Let it die.
Yeah, it's dead.
You say for years?
Yeah. We're approaching the second. We're actually, I think we're at the 2-year mark of the podcast.
Is this year? Well,
February 2 years ago is when we started the podcast.
No. Video. Wait.
No, video podcast was in June. We started the audio podcast 2 years ago in February.
You're capping.
No.
Let me look up the first. Hold up. I can go to Spotify, right? Spotify.
Yeah, check it.
No, wait. 2 years.
52 weeks. 52 weeks. 100 episodes.
I guess we did skip some weeks, but then we double.
What's
our actual anniversary?
Check it. Go to Spotify. Look up Synced Up. Click it. Scroll all.
I understand how to do it. Sorry.
Go deep, boy.
Oh, February 23rd.
February 20th.
23rd.
Oh, I read that. 23rd February 20th. Yeah, wow. 2 years ago. So we're almost approaching the 2 years mark.
So not years.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Come on, we're right there.
It's been 1 year and change.
Yes,
a lot of change. All right, go ahead.
I feel like I can legally say years.
Legally, yeah, I'll let it slide.
Okay. February 7th. Shout out to Jordan. Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning in 2012.
KOA.
Yep, KOA. Neo in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
February 8th, Mario Party, the original in 1999. And then please give me another one of these, NBA Street Volume 3 in 2005.
Dude, I would. Who made that game?
I don't remember. Probably Activision.
I'm gonna do some looking.
All those weird, unique old sports games are usually Activision.
I think it was EA.
Like Neversoft.
Wasn't it?
Might have been EA. February 9th, Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2 in 2002. Metroid Zero Mission in 2004. The second Bioshock in 2010 on the same day as Dante's Inferno in 2010. Game that's kind of underrated, but a little weird. Firewatch in 2016 as well on February 9th, which is a very, very good game and is now on Game Pass, and you should give it a try. Just take my word for it. If you're in the Discord,
Firewatch?
Chance will also tell you that as well. February 10th, Mario Kart 64 in 1997. Pokemon Coliseum in 2004.
Nice.
Loco Roco 2 in 2009.
I don't know what that is.
Loco Roco 2? Classic PSP game. No, it's a Noah game, but it's real good. February 11th, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle in 2002.
Classic.
Little Nightmares 2 years or 1 year ago in 2021. February 12th, Super Mario Bros. 3 in 1990. We Play, the iconic We Play in 2007. We played that. There's a good video online called the Impressive Music of We Play's Tanks. Very good fucking video. I highly recommend you go watch it. Super good. It's about the weird, intricate music that's in the Tanks minigame in We Play and how it's like actually kind of crazy technology. Jump Force in 2019, 3 years ago. Booty. February 13th. Yes, it was. February 13th, the Ghost Rider licensed game in 2007, which I, for some reason, had unlocked all the memories of playing as soon as I read this.
Am I making up memories in my head right now?
No,
or are they real?
Yeah, I think you played this. We'll watch some gameplay after this.
Was this on PS2?
I think so. Yeah. 2007, does that line up? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that sounds
Kingdom
right.
Come Deliverance, 2018.
Wait a minute.
And then Tetris. No, we were looking up the Kingdom Come Deliverance date for Game Pass when it came out on Game Pass. That was that discussion, not the actual release date.
There's some weird.
Not the
my
actual
brains.
release date. Not the actual release date. And then
Fair
Tetris 99 in 2019.
T99, baby. That was fun for a little while.
And Jordan, while you're vibing, since you're on the shticks now, can you look up some gameplay for the Ghost Rider license game from 2007? The Ghost Rider license game. It's just Ghost Rider game 2007. There's only one of them, I think.
Footage.
Just so Mike can see it.
Okay.
And yeah, Tetris 99 in 2019. 3 years since that, and that was a time. That was a time.
Yo. 3 years.
3 years since Tetris 99. I remember getting in there and like murdering that.
I hate realizing it's 2022. Dude.
Yeah, I know.
Every time it depresses me.
Yeah. Once we get in a couple more months in, like we'll be good.
Yeah.
But then that cycle will come back around.
It keeps
2023.
What's up?
Just click it.
That's what
Just
I
click
need,
it. That's
baby.
exactly what we need.
The volume might be. No.
I muted the desktop audio. You don't need to turn it on. It should be fine.
We just want the visuals here.
We just want. Well, actually, turn it on for the audio listeners.
Why are you gonna make them listen to it?
Because otherwise they're just gonna listen to us sit here in silence.
Well, we're sitting here in silence. They can deal with it.
Just turn the desktop audio on.
Man.
All right, hit it. Yeah, exactly. Go to pod 2. Let us see the screen. I know it's not gonna look good, but
we're just trying to see if I'm making up memories in my head or if this is real. Did they actually get Nick Cage?
Yes,
oh,
bro.
God.
This is classic. You don't remember this? I played the shit out of this. Go ahead and just skip forward a bunch.
I definitely didn't play this.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yes, I played the fuck out of this game for some reason, bro.
It looks terrible.
Nah, bro. In 2007, this was bussin'.
The color scheme is just awful.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Damn.
Look at it. What the fuck? Yeah, 100%.
I hate this.
I don't know if my dad bought this for me at a garage sale.
You didn't rent it from Blockbuster?
Maybe I rented it from movie galleries. Yeah. This shit was crazy. It's just gotta work. It even has like the same type of UI. But why is the health bar so fucking big? Like, you got your combo. Just a little Devil May Cry action. Shout out to this guy for uploading this. Look at that camera angle. Booty. Jeez.
Oh my god, this hurts.
Anyway, you can close that off. Turn the desktop audio off. Okay. Anyway.
I didn't need that, bro.
So you were making up memories?
Oh yeah.
Okay. No, those were my memories.
I think
I went back and added it to my GG app.
I think it was like some Ultimate Alliance stuff.
Yeah.
Some other Marvel game.
Anyway, now it's time for the What You've Been Playing section.
What you been playing?
You know what we've been playing.
We were playing that Pokemon. Baby. Legends Arceus.
Yeah. I kind of want to just talk about it more in the post show because we've already talked about it so much on the regular show. I kind of want to just deep dive nerd shit in the post show, like deep dive. That way Spencer can listen to the rest of the podcast without getting spoiled.
I'll allow it
Because I want to go full spoiler mode for the post show.
Obviously.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
That's fine.
Cool, we'll do that. And we ain't been playing shit else.
Dude.
Oh,
I almost booted up Halo, but
nah, not today, bro.
There might even be an event going on. I need to check.
I'm just trying to rush until Horizon drops next week.
Yeah.
And then I gotta rush and beat Horizon so Jordan can jump on, and then I can play Elden Ring.
My eye.
So hopefully I can hit that 100%, which I think I can. Anyway, Reader Mail. Now it's time for Reader Mail. You can get your questions right on the show by writing into synceduppod@gmail.com or the Reader Mail submissions tab of the Discord with any questions, comments, or concerns, and we will read those on the show, just like Fielding did. This is a little apt question, which he wrote in a while ago about this.
Yeah, I remember reading
this is kind of answered now. Pokemon needs to stop having the screen flash bright with every encounter. I remember this being an issue when I was riding in the car with my family on road trips at night. The entire backseat would be illuminated whenever I started a battle in Pokemon Y on my 3DS. I could tell it was annoying my brother who was trying to sleep right next to me, even with the brightness turned all the way down. Flash forward to attempting to play Sword on my monitor and having my retinas burned out when transitioning into a battle. Has this bothered anyone else? It wasn't as bad when the screens were smaller, but now it's unbearable if I'm playing with the lights off.
I agree. This was it was one of those
it's like
slightly
epilepsy,
irritating
bro.
because you have to be in the right spot at the right time for it to be a bad thing. But it is kind of annoying, and it is. Hey, if you hate that, I got the Pokemon game for you, man.
Hell yeah!
None of that nonsense.
No sir.
I hope they keep this battle system and this system like that.
Gonna.
But yeah, no, it bothered me.
Yeah.
I guess that's just the question. Did it bother you? Yeah,
Yes.
It bothered me.
Yeah, this was.
I hated it, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's better than back in the day You have the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Boot the game in. You're on a road trip.
Yep.
It's like 10:30 p.m.
10:30 p.m.
You turn that thing on. Can't see it.
Can't.
So you move over to the corner by the window.
Yeah, so you can play
and you wait for the street lights to come by,
for 10 seconds every 30 seconds.
and you memorize the screen. You're like, all right, I can do it. All right, and then you wait for the next light. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
dude.
too classic.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I love that.
Then
shit.
you try once to turn on the light in the back.
Yeah.
You're like,
Do your parents?
Maybe Dad won't be pissed.
The cops will pull us over.
We're gonna die, Michael. Turn it off.
And you're just back there.
That didn't sound like my father at all, but
I know.
he wouldn't never aggressively.
Yeah.
He'd be like, dude,
can't see.
go to sleep.
Can't see shit. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Synced Up Podcast. Thank you for watching or listening. Again, get excited for the 100th episode extravaganza next week. I'm fucking stoked.
I am too. I don't even know if I'm gonna show up. Honestly.
What?
Make it a surprise.
I'm gonna
Will
sit
it be here? Will it not?
I'm gonna sit here alone for 2 hours plus.
Who knows?
Damn.
Little mystery surprise. Will they be here? Who knows?
Who knows? Get your write-ins in, please. Get write-ins in. We need more write-ins. We got jack shit. Most of the ideas are for me, and honestly, I want to poach off the community. So get a couple of those write-ins in, and we'll very much appreciate that. We'll remind everybody in the Discord, so get excited about that stuff. Anyway,
what should we do?
Patreon.com/syncedup. $5 tier. You can access that lovely post show that we're about to do. So we'll see everybody in a few minutes that did that. Everybody else will see you next week or tomorrow when we rank Order of the Phoenix on the Synced Up Filmcast. Peace.
Goodbye.